Mickey Contractor just showed us that you can achieve the Rani look with just a concealer, powder, and a little bit of eyeliner. Here's how. Alia Bhatt never ever starts off her makeup without a hydrating mist. So today I'm going to be using the Tatcha Dewy Hydrating Mist. This is my favorite. I'm going to spray a generous amount in areas where I plan to do the base makeup, basically my face and neck, and I'm going to press it in with my palm. The Makeup Maestro Mickey Contractor goes in with a concealer. I'm using my favorite. This is the Milani Concealer in the shade 145, which is warm beige. I'm going to use it in areas where I just want to conceal those dark patches and dark spots, mostly around my eyes, around my mouth, and just a little bit of spot correction on my cheeks. When you use a concealer that's an exact match to your skin tone, it blends beautifully into your skin while concealing all the patches and spots. I usually apply it and wait for it to settle down and dry just a tad bit before I blend it out with a concealer brush. You can also use your fingers. When you wait for it to dry, that's when it gives you beautiful coverage. If you blend immediately, it shears out and it doesn't give you enough coverage. If you have uneven skin tone, never ever go in directly with a lighter shade of concealer to highlight, because that is going to mix with the purple and blue tones of your uneven skin tone and start looking ashy. So if you want to use a lighter shade of concealer to highlight, first go in with a concealer that's a match to your skin tone to conceal and correct everything, and then you can use a lighter shade of concealer over it to highlight. I've always used the Milani concealer. This is my absolute favorite. I've tried everything from high-end to drugstore, and this is what I've settled with. This concealer is fast drying. It doesn't cake up on me. It doesn't settle in the fine lines and crease, but at the same time gives me excellent coverage. After that, Mickey goes in with a translucent powder. I'm using one size here, and he lightly dusts it all over the face. An extra step that I'm using here is to use a setting spray just so the makeup doesn't move. I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the glow one. They also have a matte one. I just want to use this because Alia always has a beautiful glow on her face. To fill in my brows, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Bomb Brows Micro Shade Brow Pencil in the shade Medium Brown. Alia Bhatt's brows are so beautifully shaped, so all Mickey did was went in and filled in the sparse areas. He uses a clear gel later, and I'm going to be doing the same after the eye makeup. I like to go in very light-handedly and draw hair-like strokes to make it look as natural as possible. With so many Indian festivals coming up, I think this is going to be such an incredible look, especially given that you don't need to use too many products. For eye makeup, he went in with a gel eyeliner first. I'm going to be using the Inglot liner. He took a little bit in the back of his hands, and with an eyeliner brush, he first used it in the waterline as well as lash line. And then using a dry shader brush, he smudged it out. And the way we will smudge this is by taking baby steps. You don't have to smudge the entire lash line at once. Just keep on smudging in smaller areas and keep on softening till you're happy with how it looks. The next step is where he uses eyeshadows. First, he goes in with a brown eyeshadow. And the palette that I'm going to be using is the bareminerals Mineralist palette. This is the treasured palette that came out during the holiday season a couple of years ago. I'm going to first dip into the shade Cinnabar, which is a warm toned brown, and I'm going to use a blending brush to apply it all over my lid. I'm going to go over the smudge liner as well. When you apply it over the smudge liner as well, it's going to look deepest at the lash line, and as it moves upward and outward, it becomes lighter and lighter. And that's the ombre effect that we are looking for while creating this beautiful brown smoky eye. And I'm going to repeat myself here. Don't take too much eyeshadow at a time. Take very little, keep on layering and building up and blending till you're happy with the intensity. And then using this black eyeshadow called Smoke, I'm going to go in and intensify my eyeliner. And the final step is to smoke out that brown eyeshadow in my lower lash line as well to balance it out with the lid. And there we have Rani's smudged cold smoky eyes look. I'm going to curl my lashes and apply a coat of mascara. I'm using the Milani highly rated mascara. And then he used very light wispy lashes on her. So I'm going to be using the Lily Lashes in light foam ink. And then he goes in with the mascara again. So I'm going to be attaching my natural lashes to the falsies using this technique. And I'm also going to be using mascara in my lower lashes. And as I explained, he uses a clear brow gel. So I'm going to be using Air Brow by Kosas. And I'm going to brush my brow hair upwards. And that should give that feathered out brow. And here is the finished smudged kohl brown smoky eye. While he used minimal product for the base makeup, I'm going to warm up my face using the Milani bronzer. This is the Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade Suntan. I'm going to be using this around the circumference of my face just to add a little bit of color to my face. For blush, I'm using one of my favorite blushes. This is the bareminerals Gen Nude Blush in You Had Me at Merlot. It's the most perfect shade that goes with any skin tone. When I did bridal makeup, this is the only blush that I would carry because it would go with any skin tone and it is fabulous. He then uses a light illuminator and I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty highlighter in Enlighten. I'm going to take it in the back of my hands and with a dry sponge, not a wet sponge, a dry sponge, I'm going to gently press it to the highest points of my cheekbones. For lipstick, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk combo, both of the lip liner as well as lipstick. And the travel mini size is on sale on Amazon and I'm going to link it in the description box below. First, I'm going to start with the lip liner. I will also link a few dupes that look exactly like this lipstick in the description box below, so do check that out. That finishes up the makeup part. Now let's move on to the hair, for which she had very soft curls. And I'm going to be using one of my favorite 2-in-1 hair straightener and curler. This is called Medania. And I think it's called Bretta 2-in-1 hair straightener and curler now. I'm going to link it again in the description box below, so do check that out. I always start with a heat protectant spray and I'm using the Chi Iron Guard. I'm going to spray a generous amount all over my hair and this is going to protect your hair from the heat that you'll be using. If you use heat directly without using a heat protectant spray, that can really damage your hair. Next, I'm going to be working with small sections of hair. So I'm taking a small section and I'm pointing my curler downward, as you can see. And I'm going to start wrapping my hair around it. And as you can see, I'm wrapping it away from my face, not towards my face. I'm going to hold it there for about 7 to 10 seconds, depending on how coarse your hair is. You can actually start feeling when it gets too hot, and then I'm going to release it. If your curl doesn't hold, just press it in like this and hold it for about a couple seconds till it cools down and then release it again. I'm going to separate that out from the rest of the hair. And I'm going to continue doing it in small sections. Again, taking a small section of hair and I'm going to start wrapping the hair around the curler, pointing the curler downward, and I'm wrapping the hair away from my face. I'm going to hold it there for about 7 seconds before I release it. I usually don't press my hair up after I release it because for me, my hair is coarse, it's wavy, it's not super straight, so the curl will hold. But if it doesn't, then I would suggest pressing your hair just for a couple seconds and releasing it when it cools down. You can most definitely use the clasp of the curler in this instrument, but I don't necessarily need it. I like to curl my hair like this. It gets done so much more faster. And even to straighten my hair with this instrument, it only takes me about 10 minutes and my hair is really long, but still it takes me only 10 minutes. I wonder if you all watched the movie RANI Kii Prem Kahaani. I haven't watched it yet. I've been so selective about the movies that I watch these days because life has gotten really busy. So I'm very picky and I want to know, should I watch? Is it worth it? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to release the hair on one side and I'm going to start doing the same on the other side as well. Again, working in small sections and I'm curling my hair away from my face. So I'm wrapping it around the curler away from my face, holding the curler pointing downward. I'm going to hold my hair there for about 7 seconds before I release it. And there we have the soft curls. In case you're wondering how long it takes me to curl a whole head of hair, it takes me about 15 minutes, whether I'm using this curler or any curler with this size barrel. So if it's a smaller, thinner barrel, it takes me longer. And it's okay if your curls turn out a little bit tight because we'll loosen it after this. After curling your hair, before you loosen it, you can use hairspray. That way it holds the curls and then you can loosen it. I'm not going to be using a hairspray today because I have another recording after this for which I need straight hair. But if you want your curls to last longer, make sure to use a good hairspray. I like the L'Oreal one. Again, I'm going to link it in the description box below. Of course, we need a pink sari, a small black bindi, and some really nice jewelry to go with it. And let's not forget the nose ring because that's part of the iconic look. So it's the nose ring, the smudge kohl liner, and our beautiful saris in the movie. And here is the finished look. Again, all the festivals are coming up and this makes such a fabulous look. I hope you'll try it. Please don't forget to tag me. My socials are listed in the description box. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. I love you guys so much and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye guys.